afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the opening round of the Mad Dragon Rugby Championship 2023. A huge game to get us kicked off today. South Africa, the Springboks, going up against the Wallabies of Australia. A huge opening game. This year's Rugby Championship only being played over 3 rounds, so the home advantage could prove to be a crucial advantage across the whole series. South Africa will be looking for a big opening game leading in towards the World Cup, as well as Andre Pollard will get us kicked off and underway as they drop the ball down, and Andrew Callaway takes it back to the line. The Springboks setting a bit more of a wider defence here. Australia have managed to sort themselves out pretty well, but we know how hard the Springboks will compete in that breakdown area as they go for a box kick to Cheslin Colby. Don't give this man room in that backfield as he kicks around a couple of players and drives the defender into touch as well, giving South Africa a good platform to launch from. Let's see how they get on. Ebenezer throws the dummy at the front. You've always got to mark him. An absolute giant in the line out as Cheslin Colby, hits the line, and Andre Pollard on the crash ball. Oxen Shea tries to go wider. Vermeulen tries to pass it out as a little bit of a bobble pass. Mapimpi not quite where he needed to be. Would have liked him to have been a little bit closer there. Australia with their own line out. As we talked about, the giant of Ebenezer manages to get a superb steal in that line out, putting South Africa back on the front foot. Faf de Klerk tries to go out quickly to Damien Dielende, to Peter Steph du Toit, to Malcolm Marx. Couldn't finish off that final pass as Faf de Klerk tries to go himself, not supported by anyone, and Australia will clear their lines again. Back out to Cheslin Colby, finding himself in a lot of space again throughout the rest of this game so far as Colby runs it up for Lukanya Am to Pollard to Damien Dielende, takes them a little bit more, a little pop pass to Mapimpi. Even the speed of someone like Andrew Callaway not going to get there, and Mapimpi takes it over the line for the opening try of the series. A really nicely well worked try. Damien Dielende there hitting a nice little hole. Fullback had to cut back inside, and no one going to catch Mapimpi from there. And South Africa first on the scoreboard with 5-0. Andre Pollard will be enjoying this kick, I would imagine. Not too difficult from pretty much in front of the posts. Let's see how he gets on. A nice, easy conversion. 12 minutes in, 7-0 up for the Springboks. Let's see if Australia can answer as Dwayne Vermeulen gets a good tackle on him, though, not managing to break through any of the tackles as Faf de Klerk tries to play out wide. Damien Dielende to Andre Pollard. Luyaga gets taken down. Faf de Klerk wants to play quickly again as they spread it out wide. Cheslin Colby thinks he sees some room. Let's see how good the step is. Good cover, though, by the Australian fullback, managing to get back there, almost losing the ball, but South Africa have reclaimed it. Ebenezer will take it up. Lukanya Am was going on a bit of a crash ball line, though. Poor little pop pass, though, probably not necessary, and Australia managed to turn over the ball. We'll get to see Australia potentially go on the attack. Not really seen it yet. This is probably the first chance they've had to have the ball in the South African half so far, and they've kicked it away again. It's been a tactic we've seen a lot today, as Willie LaRue will put that back down, probably towards touch. It's a beautiful clearance. In fact, had that stayed in, there was no fullback in sight there. Maybe that could have been an enormous counter run, but better to be safe than sorry. Get it off the field. After Klerk passes out wide to Andre Pollard. They've noticed a bit of an issue on this wing yet again for the Australian team as Corey Betty tries to get back. They pass back inside. But a lovely little bit of a late tap tackle there from the Australian winger. Manages to push them out. They don't even manage to get a jumper in the air. They knew they probably wanted to go for a maul, and the South Africans will try and push back. The Australian maul doing well there. Not managing to make as much move as they would have wanted to. As they go up the inside. No one ready for that. Smashing through a couple of tackles, but unfortunately getting pushed into touch. That might have been Valentini there trying to go up on the wing. Out for another line-out. Been quite a few line-outs. The set piece today obviously being a big part of this game as Australia get their first steal of the game at the line-outs. This could be a battle of the line-outs, to be fair, as we get closer towards the end of the game as they pass it out wide. Mapimpi caught out of position, manages to get back to tackle Andrew Callaway. Don't want to give him any room down the wing. The Springboks will spread wide yet again. Huge hit, though, back on the right-hand wing as Lutiaga tries to take it himself. not making a great deal of ground though. Faf de Klerk tries to play it out quickly. Damien Dialende gets wrapped up as well. South Africa are getting hit very close to the attacking line. They probably want to step a little bit deeper just to give themselves a bit more time on the pass, as potentially a bit of room opens up so much work for Andrew Kellaway to do there as Mapimpi tries to take it wide. A good cover tackle though coming in. I think that was Ikitau who's managed to come in, and Australia get the turnover. Now the Springboks are the ones a little bit short on numbers, but for some reason they've tried to take it in close. May have been the wrong call. It looks like they have numbers out wide, no one noticing it, and yet again they will box click to a lovely clearance. I'm not sure though if it was passed back inside, and the referee says it was. We'll go all the way back. What can the Springboks do from a bit of a surprising position there to have been offered, as Damien Dialende runs it up for a crash ball. Lukanya Am tries to mix it up a bit, spread a little bit further around the back, give them more time on the pass. Andre Pollard gets taken down. Khaleesi goes left. Malcolm Marks. Oh, a lot of work for Mapimpi to do there out on this wing. A lovely little show and go there from the Australian centre, trying to make a bit of extra room as they go through the forwards now. Oh, breaking through the tackle. South Africa looking a little bit out of shape here. They'll just want to reset and reorganise themselves as Michael Hooper takes it on, gets turned over. Not a lot of support as Peter Steph du Toit gets held up. We'll go into a maul. The maul for Australia worked pretty well earlier on. Let's see who can come out with it in this one, as South Africa seem to have had a good drive. There could even be room as we look further out on this right hand wing, as Khaleesi spreads it out to Cheslin Colby, gets a little grubber kick around the winger, one-on-one where he loves to be, but a great cover tackle there by the Australian fullback to sort that one out. Australia have kicked it clear. Maybe they don't realise the clock is up. They maybe could have kicked that straight out, as Villy LaRue will go on the big counter charge. Oh, but got a bit of a solid tackle there. Thought he maybe managed to outrun the man. Dwayne Vermeulen decides he wants to play on a little bit more. Faf de Klerk, realising there's not really anywhere to go there, pops it back to Andre Pollard just to kick it off, and we'll go into half-time. Well, what an exciting opening first half this one has been. South Africa, the only ones to get on the scoreboard in the first half in the opening 12 minutes of the game. The ball being spread out wide. A couple of really nice runs earlier on in this game from the South African midfield, managing to make big ground, getting the ball passed out wide to Mapimpi, managing to outrun Andrew Kellaway and dot it down near the post, making that kick a little bit easier for Andre Pollard. A lot of this first half has been talking about the South African attack. They've certainly been the more aggressive. Australia on the defensive have been playing pretty well, managing to get a number of turnovers, but a weird decision maybe to keep kicking the ball back towards South Africa. We're really hoping in the second half we get to see them maybe go on a bit more of an attacking phase rather than just keep kicking the ball away. But defensively they've held it well as getting some steals in the line out. The set piece proving to be quite a crucial area of being able to launch your attacking platform from, and Australia have been doing pretty well. 7-0 at half-time, not a lot to talk about in terms of the scoreboards, but let's get the second half kicked off and underway. On to the second half then, and South Africa have made some really big changes here. 2 changes in the halfback partnership. Cobus Reinach comes on in scrum half, and Damien Valemsa comes on alongside him in the fly half shirt. They're obviously looking for a bit more speed to be injected from that halfback partnership. Not particularly happy with how quickly the ball was getting out wide to some of their big attacking threats like Mapimpi and Cheslin Colby out on that far wing, as Dwayne Vermeulen gets to find exactly the man who we're talking about, Cheslin Colby. Not as much room as he would have liked, and Australia get the turnover. Pass back inside, but tackled in the midfield. South Africa really haven't had to work that hard defensively today, but when Australia have got on the attack, they seem to have found room here and there, but just kicking the ball away seems to have been a bit of a downfall for them today, as we'll go left with Lou Diaga out to Mapimpi. Another good cover tackle. The Australians really not letting these South African wingers have a fun day out wide, as Andrew Kellaway kicks around the back, well picked up by Peter Steph du Toit, and manages to stay on his feet through the tackle. Lukanya Am takes it up towards the midfield as they can spread further out to the right. Damien Dialende gets it out to the right. Another great tackle though by Corey Obeti, just not letting Cheslin Colby get anywhere on this wing, and another massive hit on Malcolm Marks, and now suddenly Australia find themselves probably in the best position of the game so far for them, but South Africa so good in that breakdown, not managing to get anywhere as Valemsa drops back into the pocket and clears his line. It's a lovely kick. It might even stay in field, and they've gained a huge amount of territory there. Everyone expected that one to go into touch. They try and go through the forwards. Oh, but Eben Etzebeth, what a pickup from that man there. And South Africa believe they might have seen. Oh, it's all gone terribly wrong for them. There might have been some room in that backfield, but some miscommunication there between the new fly half, and the fullback, just not working out for them. Neither of them knew which way the call was going to go, as Corey Betty manages to smash his way through the line a little bit more. South Africa need to reset. A huge collision, though, in that tackle, but Australia managing to get those offloads away. The South African line has been struggling to get around this Australian defensive so far, as Peter Steph mixes it up a bit, goes for a lovely up and under, and reclaims his own kick. What you want to be seeing from a forward in terms of getting some nice easy meters, just a little chip over the top as we go out wide. Andrew Callaway can't get around Mapimpi, and a superb tackle pushes him into touch. There have also been some more changes for South Africa. Franco Mostert comes on for Lou Diaga. Dwebber on for Malcolm Marks. In fact, it's an entirely new front row as well coming on for South Africa. So they've obviously wanted to shift it up. They've obviously not been too happy with their progression up the field today. Hopefully some new forwards to reinforce the attacking line will be the way to go forwards. They don't want to be conceding so many turnovers as they have been doing. As we've mentioned it, there is an immediate turnover there, but a good tackle from the new boy Dwebber coming onto the field. As Reinach thinks he sees some room, gets it out wide to Mapimpi. He's been looking for it all day. What a cover tackle, though. I think that was Len Ikitau to get back across for that one. I thought, for all purposes' sake, he got back across for that one, and Australia managed to win their own line out as well. But oh, South Africa on a superb run there. The switch up to bring more forwards on, obviously working well for them as they get their first turnover. We go out wide. Damien Dialende. Oh, another poor pass. This South African line is just spread far too wide to be able to connect these passes to each other. Oh, as they try some lovely little offloads. They're still going. They've moved in front of the post, but South Africa managed to shut it down. They won't have been happy with only getting one try in this game. They'll want more, but it's, oh, what a terrible pass. It's all going terribly wrong for them. South Africa have to go on the defensive. They managed to recover. They are stuck on their own try line. How excited this came out of nowhere. Willie Leroux will have to clear it out. Only gets them to the 22. My goodness. What a tough position for them to find themselves in. They go for the line out. It's a good line out, but Mostert new onto the field, fully staminaed up, wanting to get involved in this game, and a superb steal at that line out as well. As they go to Damien Valemsa, gets a lovely little pass around the outside to Cheslin Colby. Oh, gets a little grubber kick. Not quite in the right direction, though. The bounce of a rugby ball. What a harsh mistress she can be at times. They throw to the back of the lineup to a tired Dwayne Vermeulen, who manages to steal it. Fair play to him. Damien Dialende gets it on. Lekanya Am kicks it on. Can either of them get to the ball first? They don't manage it. Australia kick it downfield. This was a big call. The clock has turned red. Will they play on? Cheslin Colby says yes. Oh, but the ball charged down in the up and under. Dwayne Vermeulen taking on a little bit further as they try and spread it to the left now. Valemsa hitting a lovely line. Oh, couldn't get that one pass out the back, though. They'll wait for some of the players to reload here as Kitshoff takes it on to Eben Etzebeth, not managing to get it further wide as Reinach yet again finds himself in a great position to spread this wide as Mapimpi one-on-one gets around the final defender. He's already got one try. It's the only score of the game until now as Mapimpi goes over for try number 2 of the game for South Africa, and for him. They've had a tough old battle to get over that line today, but the introduction of Kobus Reinach in the scrum half position has been such a vital interchange for them. We saw that lovely little sidestep there around the fullback. Great run from him. No one catching Mapimpi from there. And hopefully Valemsa will be the man to finish this one off, taking South Africa potentially to a 14-0. It'd be surprising if he missed this kick from here. A lovely little dip over the post. And South Africa take the opening game against Australia in the first round of the Mad Dragon Rugby Championship 2023. If you enjoyed this one today, guys, remember to leave this video a like. Of course, coming up soon, we will also have the Pumas versus the All Blacks in their first game. So make sure you are subscribed to know when those videos go up as soon as possible. I'll see you all next time, guys. Bye-bye.